Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some competitive Marvel Snap. Right now, I'm playing against Moyen, arguably the best player in Marvel Snap right now. He finished second at the FRAMEBREAK tournament in Switzerland this weekend. He's won the most online tournaments out of anyone.
Moyen wins this one. You cement like your legend, because we can already start talking about Moyen as like kind of a legend of Marvel Snap, even short term.
It's so early days, right?
Yeah.
These are the times legends are made, basically.
Yeah.
He is playing Sandman, and I am playing Silver Surfer, so I'm trying to win him round to see just how good is Silver Surfer against Sandman. Patriot, Sandman are two top decks in the meta right now, and I have a feeling that this Silver Surfer deck can beat both of them. I would wager it's unfavored somewhat against his deck, but has a chance. Now, Rickety Bridge, a little bit concerning. I don't feel too great about getting bullied out of it when I do have a turn 2 play. Asteroid M, also quite a weird one. I'm going to stay in it, but like honestly, I could see this being a concede. Also worth noting, the list he's playing, which will be in the description, he wanted to have a different card instead of Dino. He wanted to be playing Captain Marvel, but that would just make the matchup very, very, very unwinnable for me, I think, with the Rogue. So instead he's playing the more traditional take with Dino. And he's also not convinced that Captain Marvel is the way to go. It's just something he's been trying out. It's going to be the Electro, you would wager. Probably we're supposed to retreat, it seems. This is going to be the turn I get Sandman on, most likely. If it's not, if we don't get Sandman though, then we want to Goose next turn, so I probably don't. Don't play the Goose in case it's not Sandman. Huge. Also interesting, he's giving me an opportunity to rogue him. Kind of surprised by that. I wonder if we snap back here. No Sandman. I think we should. So again, he was going to play Captain Marvel in the list he sent me, but I asked if he'd mind playing Dino, which most people are playing, like the 99% of people. He also was this weekend. Because I've got the Rogue in here. Also, Captain Marvel is going to be pretty problematic for me, potentially with Storm, if I don't like Storm and Kingpin together. So it just shows you that this matchup could be worse, right? But we're kind of teched for it with the Rogue. Rogue obviously doing quite well into Patriot. We also have the Jeff as a card which we can play on turn 5 or 6 if Sandman does come down early. Of course, in this game, we had no other 2-drop to play. We also could have gone for the Goose on 4, but I decided actually if he's missed Sandman, if he's found Sandman, we're probably losing from that point, even if he Goose. And if he hasn't, it's so much better to play it like this. Oh my god! Jesus! That's a bit rude, isn't it? Well, his Magneto does also die. That's the good news. That was a lot. Alright, he can only play one card. We have to expect potentially Leader, potentially Doom. We're going to play 2 cards, so our Rogue is going to shrink by 2 points. 4 points. So only at 7, which is tying with Doom. He can only Doom middle or right. So we're always taking the Cosmo here and the Maximus. The question is in which positions. I would guess the obvious approach is this. Again, our Rogue is actually going to lose us the game. I have to put something mid, so... So if he goes Doom, he's at 8 points to the right. We tie mid, we tie left, I win right. Let's go, what a start, baby. Victory. Beautiful. Again, the Rogue on the Devil Dinosaur being a huge factor in this one, right? The amount of swing that possesses is ridiculous. Which he wouldn't even be playing Dino again, but he is the top player at the moment, and 99% of people would be playing Dino. This is just a really good opportunity for me to showcase the power level potentially of Silver Surfer right now in the meta. You would think against Sandman it's going to be super unfavored, but the reality is it's actually somewhat unfavored, but not significantly. Well, Killmonger is a big threat. Even if we don't find it, we can bluff that we do. Seems like a obvious storm here. Necroshard is going to be worse for me than it is for him. I actually don't hate the idea of snapping here. I have the Jug to win the storm lane every single time. He also hasn't snapped when he has Ebony Maw Iceman, right? If he had Electro, you would think he would snap. So my read is that he doesn't have the Electro. Maybe he has Wave. Maybe he has neither. We need to continue to be aggressive with snapping. Okay, does have Electro, but we have the Jug to secure the storm location. Of course, it doesn't completely secure it because of Doctor Doom. But we do have the Goose. Unfortunately, it's not down on the board yet. Alright, looks like this is a win. We can Goose and Rogue this turn. And then Silver Surfer or Killmonger would just secure the bag. Trying to snap again, but I can't. We actually don't have the Killmonger or the Surfer at this point, but the odds of us missing both is through the roof ridiculous. He is going to be completely locked out of playing anything on the final turn because of Ebony Maw Storm and also the Goose. We've already seen the Iceman. Well, he could play Wave. Actually, he could play Wave down the middle. Doctor Doom is the threat, right, to tie the right, but then Killmonger or Silver Surfer would just win us, so there's no way he stays in this one. It's going to be a 2-cube win. Goose on 5, baby. This is why you don't play Sarah. This is what you want to be doing on turn 5. So he's locked out. We don't have anything. Well, fortunately, Jeff actually is just going to be enough anyway, surely. Again, the threat is 3 points. We can just go Maximus here. It's always winning left. 3 points off Wave. He loses to Jeff. He loses to Killmonger. He loses to Surfer. He never stays in her. So even if we missed the Jeff and we top decked the Cosmo, which would be the only top deck, he would only be winning if my bottom 3 cards of the deck were exactly Jeff, Killmonger, Surfer. Unless there's something I'm missing, but I'm sure there isn't with the Ebony Maw cock blocking him. So it's actually possible he's not supposed to play Ebony Maw in this matchup, and of course he doesn't know this matchup yet. Victory. Really, really good start. The Rogue just being the absolute source, right? We would have no chance without Rogue, basically. So he might also stop playing Dino. Sanctomorum, I would wager, is pretty good for him. We'll put Jeff into Asgard. Just makes sense, right? To move him in later. Try and win the Asgard location. We don't care about drawing so much. We more just want to stop him drawing. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. We both played the same card in the same location, guys. This one looks like an easy retreat for us. No Goose, no Storm. I think the only approach we really have is to try and win Asgard. He might play Iceman and Ebony Maw this turn if he has missed Electro Wave. They're never going to be played later. All the other cards just seem like a waste at this point in time. We could maybe, like, Jug is our win con maybe down the line. And maybe like a well-timed Cosmo onto his Doom.
Opponent snapped.
We're out of there. Alright, we go again. Nice looking hand. He's on 4 cubes. He can afford to lose 1 cube for free here. This location would favor me, I'd say. I probably could have just snapped on Nidavellir, honestly. It might not be too late. Should have done this a turn sooner, but better late than never. The big problem with like delaying this by a turn is if the second location shows up and it really favors him. then he wouldn't be running necessarily, right? 9 cubes versus 3. The ice box shows up. We're going to snap. I would wager he has to stay in this one anyway because he's going to be at 1. He'd have to win 5 in a row otherwise. Oh no, my brood, man. That is heartbreaking. Oh wow, okay. So it's 1. This is really bad for us because of the Zola, so we need to Cosmo this down the line. Oh, Jeff! That's unfair. Jeff does what he wants. Well, no turn 4. That's really important for us. This is, of course, going to be a goose and another card. Unfortunately, all of my options somewhat suck. I guess it's Storm.
Wind, aid my hand.
Sandman comes in. I mean, the really interesting thing here, Jug off the top is popping off. There's no point of conceding this one. Our only approach is to try and block the Magneto. Magneto's the obvious play, right? So if we can do this, it blocks the Magneto. The problem is that I'm only at 9 points. He's going to have 5 cards in hand, so Dino's 13, so this loses to Dino. It looks like we just lose. I don't think there's anything we can do. He can go Odin mid, and I can't Cosmo it. I just have none of the answers to any of his stuff, right? I think Magneto left is the most likely, and he's going to kill my Kingpin. So I almost just want to save myself the embarrassment and just brood here. I can't also go for a YOLO rogue because I'm going first. Two, 4, 6. Here comes the Magneto to kill. Wait, oh yeah, it's Zola. Sure. Let's do him in fact. No. Cosmo was winning if I had it. I would have gone for it too. I'm surprised this is his line. I guess he's expecting me to go Jug to the left. Alright, we go again. Another bad location for us. Limbo, also not particularly good for us. However, Goose Sanctumorium is a pretty big threat. I think it's better to play Goose early in this matchup because of the Sandman. We probably Goose off to the right. I guess Goose mid maybe makes more sense in case this is also a location he can't play into. It's going to be a big problem for him. We're really looking for the Cosmo. We would very happily Cosmo Tinker's Workshop and Snap. I might even just bluff Snap that I have it. We might get a retreat. I doubt it. I'm really trying to suggest that I'm storming here or Cosmoing him. And I'm trying to put him in a position where he can't continue. There's 2 cards. Those 2 cards would both be big problems for him moving forwards in this game. So it is a bluff Snap. But it's also 1 extra cube, right? For me, it's not a big wager, really. It is quite significant. Maybe because his back is against the wall so much, he can't afford to retreat here, whereas in most situations he would. Who knows? Maybe he was just expecting the storm and he wasn't that scared, right? So just do this. Yeah, his back is probably too much against the wall here, where he didn't feel like he could concede and then be forced to win 3 on the bounce, right? So this snap was probably only good if I actually had the play that I was suggesting I did with my snap. Okay. I think unfortunately we're really struggling here still. We're winning if he misses Jeff. I have no other way of getting more stats left. Jug is not doing anything here, it's just stats. It's going to be 5 stats total. Lizard is 5 stats, whereas Brood is... Oh, I can play bloody 1 card. I forgot about that, I'll be honest. Ah, rip. Seems like the Jug was not the play then. I mean, there's not much else I could have done, right? Surfer's always the most. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10. We're losing. We just lose to anything to the right here. Looks like it was a bad snap. Maybe even the Cosmo to the right wasn't winning, right? Like, I felt pretty confident that Cosmo right was winning me the game, but... it really wasn't. It actually cost me a lot of stats because I wasn't able to like rogue here, for example. Oh! Oh! Here we go. We start off so well, but he is mounting the comeback. Pretty unfortunate that we had this game where like Cosmo Jug was securing the bag for us. Well, we want the Goose Lane to end up in Throne Room, so... let's just get over and done with, mate. A 1 and done definitely favours me more, like where he doesn't get to pick and choose his hand. I have the Goose on 2, I have the Jeff for 5. It's kind of as good as we can hope for, really. Storm would definitely help, no doubt. Storm off the top would be the money card here. Get in. The snap was absolutely worth it. I now have 2 attempts to win. He's also not able to like raise me. Like he can only win 2 cubes. Like basically snapping, retreating isn't. So this snap was really nice. Oh, that should be a win, right? Magneto. Magneto. Dino, I guess, is very powerful. Yeah, maybe we don't want to Goose too early here. Let's go for it though still. Because he can sneak Dino in, but then we could rogue it, right? Ebony Maw got cucked. Iceman's going to cost 2. Dino is like the big scary thing, really. Doom is 6 stats, 5 energy as well. Oh my god. Really? Really? That's a card too. Alright. Oh, my Goose. Well... my bloody Goose, mate. Not feeling too good about this. This is my only 2-cost card at this point. So if I get Sandman, I can go Jeff Brood next turn. And we're going to look for like a YOLO Jug on the final turn. Again, no point in retreating at this moment, as he can only deal 2 cubes to me because he only has 1 health. It's like 2 cubes is the minimum amount of damage you can deal once he goes to high stakes, and you can only deal the amount of health that you have. So that's why he can't deal 1 damage, because you start at 2 cubes on the high stakes mode, but 2 is the max. So no retreats left in this one. Ooh, that doesn't seem too good for him. Seems really bad. No Jug. No Surfer. Stinker. Big stinker. I think we just lose, unfortunately. Jug to the right would be so good here. I guess he could go. I guess his most likely plays Doom mid anyway. It's like a full copium line that he goes Dino mid. It's like the only way I ever beat him here with my hand. Jug could maybe have done it as well, but that's why he's just, if he has Doom, he just goes Doom mid. He wouldn't go Doom right. So now I have to Jug mid. Would Jug mid do it? Maybe. I don't know. Oh my god. Jesus. Yeah, Magneto is a problem, man, for this deck, no doubt. It's been a very fun series so far, and it's all going to come down to this final game. 1 health each, no snapping, no retreating allowed. Sandman versus Silver Surfer, the best player in the world, versus me. Come on! This is big. I want this. If you guys enjoy this kind of content as well, please do let me know. I'm really hoping to start doing more competitive Marvel Snap stuff, particularly casting. It's more my area of interest, but I do like to compete. It's pretty fun. I'm definitely not the best, but I'm okay. Not so bad. We finally have Storm on 3. That's what we've really been missing. Now, I'm quite tempted to Lizard like the Brood here, but like Brood into Washington's so nice. So let's Lizard and Storm negative zone. It's going to be worse for me than it is for him, because he has lots of big cards. I have lots of small power cards. The hand's really nice. Silver Surfer would, sorry, Kingpin off the top would be just wonderful here. Goose also would be great for turn 5. But we do already have Jeff for 5 if we get Sandman anyway. Oh god. We're now really hoping for the Jug.
Wind, aid my hand.
The Wave is a big threat. It's a really nice play, because you can now play something like Dino left. Unfortunately, we're also unable to go for the Rogue, predicting the Dino. We just go for the Maximus. We can sneak Jeff in there later and then add Surfer, but he also has the ability, of course. Okay, Doom is not as much of a threat. We've almost overcommitted to the left, though. We definitely need the Goose. The Jug is the other money card here. The Jug is the real money card here, because we can go like Brood and then Jug Surfer. We could still get Sandman this turn. That could be a problem. And of course, the Jug could also push the card to the left, which would mean we maybe still lose, because we don't have the Kingpin in that lane. Oh, we can only play one of them. We can only play one card here. But think we should be okay. Magneto to the right, again, might beat us. Probably. Could we predict Magneto to the right and just do this? Let's lock it in. Predicting the Magneto play to the right. We had the jug down the mid, if not though. It's a really tight game. I'm predicting the Magneto to the right. He's done it so many times this game though that maybe it's too obvious at this point, right? And he realizes that I'm going to Cosmo it with initiative. So, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Specimen versus Moyen. Silver Surfer versus Sandman. Who will be victorious? We want to see this card go down to the right. Maybe it was just supposed to be jug mid. Because Magneto right isn't even necessarily beating what I have on board. I also could have moved the Jeff mid here. Should have moved the Jeff mid. Oh god. Show me the Magneto! No! No, man! Mid! Wait. So, the Magneto goes mid, and we lose. Heartbreaking, first and foremost. So, if I jug the Magneto, right? If I jug the Magneto would still pull stuff. Oh, it's big brain. So jugging the Magneto to the right wouldn't matter because... Cosmo mid doesn't beat him. Was Silver Surfer winning here? It looks like Silver Surfer was in fact winning here. Wow. GG to Moyen. And there you can see that he is the best in the world. What a game. What a series. He also does make content. Please make sure you go check him out on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Moyen_Hearthstone. And yeah, hopefully more of these in the future. He's also away at the moment. So he is not at his setup, but in the future I could also like add his point of view, maybe like his camera, his reactions. If that's something you guys are interested in, if you enjoyed this type of content, please let me know, and I can definitely have more of it coming. I appreciate it, and see you soon. Bye.